everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the podcast, Field Goals and Forecast, presented by Afterthought Sports, now on WSPU 88.3 FM, The Buzz. I'm Ryan Addio alongside James Derrick, as always, on Zoom now. But we just finished with week 16. When this is posted, this will be posted on Christmas Eve. So we're 2 days away from Christmas at this point. James, how's your break been? I mean, I haven't really talked to you much. What you been up to?
Well, I haven't shaven, as you can see.
Well, me neither.
I think that shows just about how much I've been doing.
Okay, yeah, fair.
Well, I mean, I've been watching sports. Yeah, let's just talk about
fair enough.
this week.
I'm guessing you watched that Bills game on Sunday.
Yes, of course.
Tugged at the heartstrings a bit there, just because made it a lot closer than they really should have. They lost, they won 23-20, but they nearly lost. And, Josh got injured a bit. The Browns somehow kept it a close game when it really shouldn't have been. And let's just say I didn't enjoy watching that one. I'll just put it that way.
No. The whole time watching it, I'm just like, well, why are they just moving the ball? Why are the Browns just coming down the field? What's happening?
Why is Harold Fannin cutting us up right now on defense? I don't know, but it happened. Allen was pretty quiet. James Cook, as always, very good. Basically put the team on his back like usual. They're 10-1 when he has 100+ yards. So add that to the win total there. He had 117 yards, 2 touchdowns. Leading receiver was Shakir, like usual, 34 yards. So here's what I'll say. And I know people have brought this up as like, well, maybe Josh Allen MVP, stuff like that. I can't see it happening because of how good of a season James Cook is having. Does that make sense?
Yeah. It's you have to place the responsibility of leading this team on both James Cook and Josh Allen at this point. At this point in the season, I mean, it's not like Josh Allen's putting on a Superman cape and throwing for 300 yards. I mean, we're handing the ball off to James Cook, and he's doing exactly what he's supposed to do. So
yeah, I mean, he only had 16 carries last game. It's a good amount, but for the work total that he put in, 16 carries, that's not really that much. But that brings up a good discussion. Is James Cook a valid offensive player of the year candidate? He leads the league in rush yards right now. He's second in scrimmage yards behind Bijan Robinson, and he's third in touchdowns right now.
Candidate as in like top 5 in the discussion?
I'm thinking like top 3. I think Jonathan Taylor's fallen out of it.
He makes it close because, man, James Cook just gets in the end zone too. And I mean, he's got a fair amount of explosive plays. You could make a case that he's a candidate and he would never win. I mean,
you don't think he's going to win, really?
I don't think James Cook would be able to reel in an offensive player of the year unless, 2 really, really strong weeks to end the season.
Yeah. I mean, who do you have winning offensive player of the year right now? Is it still Christian McCaffrey?
Offensive player of the year, I say JSN.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
So you're right on the JSN train. I was leaning more toward maybe Christian McCaffrey. I mean, Bijan Robinson is still up there, but don't think he'll win it because he's just not on a winning team. But yeah, I don't mind the JSN pick. I just honestly, James Cook is much higher than I originally thought.
Yeah, no, he's in there. It's just he's got to be the best at something. He's got to be the best at something.
I mean, I guess he leads in rushing yards, but that's about it. He's not as good in the passing game as Christian McCaffrey or Bijan. JSN having a crazy season. I mean, if he breaks the receiving yard record or if he's even close to it, I think it's a no-brainer for sure. But,
yeah.
Not really much else to say about the Bills. Was there anything that popped into your head in this game? I mean, nothing really happened. I mean, we should have just won. I don't know.
Yeah, even when it was close, when it was close at the end, I'm just thinking like we have to win this game anyways. We're supposed to win this game. I never really had any doubt that we would win the game. Even when the Browns had the ball at the very end, I was just like, yeah, we're gonna win. It's fine.
Yeah, not much more I can say.
Not to sound arrogant.
Yeah, I mean the defense kind of just gave up at the end, and then offense kind of stopped clicking the way that it was supposed to. I don't know. Not much more I can say. Does this game worry you at all? Or is this just we played down to our competition type of thing?
we play down to our competition a little bit, but also, I mean, the Browns aren't really that horrible. They got some timely stops. They still got a semblance of a good defense over there. So
Yeah, that's true.
I'm still confident in our team going into next week. We got a big one next week.
At least we weren't on the other end of that sack record for Myles Garrett. That's what I'll say. So
huge, almost with the half a sack there, but yeah.
And I guess I don't really ask you this. I mean, I never really brought it up. But what are your thoughts right now on Shedeur Sanders? Is he gonna be their guy? Is he kind of just a transitional quarterback?
He could just be that transitional quarterback, right? But I don't know if I've really hated what I've seen from him so much as any other rookie quarterback that's played in the past like 5 years. Is he doing that much worse than guys that have been given a better chance? No. Ultimately, I just don't know what the Browns are thinking. I imagine they're probably going to lean towards Dylan Gabriel even going into next year.
Really? Okay.
But I don't know. They drafted Dylan Gabriel 2 rounds before Shedeur, so I don't know. They'll probably give them both an even chance at the beginning of the year. As last year, you think, or coming into this year, it's going to be Dylan Gabriel, but I think they'll start at a more equal level next year.
And what about Deshaun Watson? I mean, he could still make a push for it, I guess.
Can he still play football? I don't know.
I mean, not at a high level, no. But that's as much Browns talk as I can go into. There's not much to say. They got to flush the team, start over. But one thing that I did want to bring up with the Bills win and the Niners win, actually, last night, Monday night. Niners win, Bills clinch. They're currently the 5 or the 6 seed. The Chargers are the 5, but Bills probably will end up in the 5 seed. If not, the 6 seed is fine. But 5 would play 4, which would end up being the Steelers, right? So you might even be better off because if you're the 2 seed, let's say like the New England Patriots, the 2, they would either play the Texans or the Chargers. I would much rather play the Steelers than the Texans or the Chargers. And sure, home field advantage, but you're looking at opponents wise. I'm just saying.
Texans, Chargers, those are two tough teams. They play each other this week. Actually, we'll get to that later. It was a rough time figure out who I wanted to pick in that game, but those are 2 really tough teams. You don't want to play either of them. I'd rather play the Steelers.
Yeah, I mean, if you hold out here, let's say you beat the Eagles this week, you beat the Jets next week. The Chargers do have a tough schedule. I'm pretty sure they play Texans, Broncos, so they're probably going to end up in the 6th spot. They are hot right now. Defense is playing well. Offense is playing well. But you hold on to the 5 seed. I'm guessing New England is not losing the division right now. You're better off playing the Steelers than you are playing either of the wild card teams. And let's say, the Texans do end up beating like the 2 seed or the 3 seed. You're going to end up with home field advantage because you're the 5. I don't know. I don't think it's as bad as a spot as people make it out to be.
No, yeah. I don't hate it.
Yeah. And then, of course, next week versus the Eagles. What do you expect in that game besides, I guess, Saquon just running all over us?
Yeah, a whole lot of Saquon Barkley. Let's see some Josh Allen superhero-ness. Let's win that game. That's what it's going to take. Probably 40 points from the Bills offense.
It is at home. That's what I'll say as well. Always a advantage. But that's all Bills talk I have, at least. There's not much more to say.
Yeah.
Should have beat the Browns, but we did, and shouldn't have been a game. That's all I'll say. But let's move into our field goals of the week. And no, we're not talking about kicks. We're talking about the good, the no good, and the not even close. I mean, what went well this week, what didn't, and what was just way off the mark. And honestly, not a ton of bad in this week. I actually was very surprised with a lot of the games. Of course, if we're talking about the good here, the Seahawks and the Bears both winning in overtime against division rivals, shaking up the standings. It is the most wonderful time of the year, James. This is the craziest time of the year as well. Man, I can't believe the Bears won. I mean,
this Bears game, dude, was insanity. I was like lulled to sleep for basically the entire game until the second half of the 4th quarter, and that was magical. I didn't think the Bears would be able to do it.
I was actually at a Sabres game before
Really?
this game happened. Yeah. Shout out to the Sabres. They're on a 6-game win streak right now. Shout
No
out to
way.
Snipe and Score, my boy Aiden and Sean over there. But
Yeah, love Snipe and Score.
but I was at the Sabres game, came home with a couple of friends, and we were like watching the Bears Green Bay game. And it's like 5 minutes left. Bears are down a hefty chunk. It's a pretty boring game. Lots of field goals at this point. 5 minutes are left. A couple of my friends get up. Yeah, we're gonna go home. We're tired. It's been a long day.
Yeah.
I had two of them stay. Man, it was worth the stay. Overtime thriller. I wasn't giving up on the Bears. I'm gonna watch every game till it's fullest. But 22-16. Of course, Jordan Love got hurt very early on. Malik Willis was able to kind of carry the team a bit on his back. He played pretty well, honestly. But
yeah,
Bears are now the top of the NFC North, second in the AFC right now, just behind the Seahawks, which we'll get to in a second. But they play the 49ers and the Lions, and they needed an onside kick to win. Ben Johnson has been their savior. There's so much going on with this team. Just give me your initial thoughts on the Chicago Bears right now. I don't know how to feel.
I finally was able to talk to my Bears fans like back home here. Right. I was like, are you guys confident in this team? You're not feeling duped. You're not feeling tricked.
Right.
He's like, in years past, I've been like, it's all going to come crumbling down. But what is there not to be excited about with this team? They're young, up and coming. They're honestly outperforming how they should have been playing this year.
Yeah.
This could be a look into how good this team could be for future seasons. I think you got to feel pretty darn good about the Bears. I did not expect them to win this game against the Packers, and this is the kind of game that fuels you into kind of thinking of the Bears under a new light here. I think that's kind of what it has to be.
I don't know. This was a weird Packers team as well. It was Malik Willis, first of all. They beat
which he always comes in and plays well. I will say that.
Well.
Good props to him for coming in and always playing well.
Besides for Brock Purdy, one of the only really solid 2022 quarterbacks, but not the point. They didn't use Josh Jacobs at all. It was all Emmanuel Wilson. He had 14 carries for about 80 yards. Do you count this as a defining win? Sure. It's the Packers. It's Matt LaFleur. It's a good win, but it's at home against a backup quarterback and a backup running back. You needed an onside kick to win. I don't know. I'm not feeling great about it if I'm a Bears
fan. I think you have to see both sides of it. I think you have a good point there.
Yeah. But on the other side, if I'm the Seahawks, I'm feeling great about this win because, sure, you went down a lot early, but you climbed back into it. You never gave up. You had a 2-point conversion to end it in overtime. You had a punt return by Rashid Shaheed to put you up big scores. This is a crazy game. I will say I did pick the Bears and the Seahawks to win in our forecasts, and you did call me crazy, but I understand, understandably so.
It took some craziness
because I was thinking, okay, I went 0-2 here, about 5 minutes left in both games, but the Rams. First of all, let's start there. Stafford, unbelievable game. 3 touchdowns. Puka Nacua, 225 yards just on his own. 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
They had over 500 yards of offense, no turnovers, and 3 takeaways on defense, but they still lost the game. That's never happened before. Teams were 93-0 before this week. They're now 93-1. They beat the Seahawks once. The Seahawks beat them once in kind of unbelievable fashion. Who do you genuinely think is a better team right now?
I still think it's the Rams. This game was amazing. Had every calling card of a good comeback. You got to have that great special teams play. You got to have someone going for 2 at the end to win it.
Yeah.
And they had both of those, but that's not going to happen every time. And I'm not saying that's what it takes for the Seahawks to beat the Rams, but the Rams were unstoppable against the Seahawks defense that is supposed to be amazing. I don't know what kind of adjustments you can make where if they did meet in the playoffs, that it's going to be any different with a guy like Matt Stafford, at the helm for the Rams.
Yeah.
I'm still riding the Rams after this one. The Seahawks had the ball bounce their way an awful lot to win this
Yeah.
one. I kind of have the inverse of what I think of this Bears-Packers game to this Seahawks-Rams game.
Yeah, I agree. I still think the Rams are better. I mean, Sam Darnold's got to prove something to me in the playoffs. That's what I'll say first.
That
He
as
was
well.
good in this one. He was good. 2 interceptions, though. That really sticks out to me. And they were bad interceptions. Kenneth Walker kind of took a lot of the workload as well. 11 carries, 100 yards, touchdown, a lot in the passing game.
Yeah, JSN he was phenomenal.
Had nothing in the first half. No catches in the first half. That just can't happen. They play the Panthers and the 49ers next. I'm not worried about the Panthers, but they have to beat the 49ers to hold their spot. If the 49ers win out, they take the first seed in the NFC, which I don't.
Unbelievable.
I don't know how that division works. If I'm the Cardinals, I'm giving up. I'm throwing in the towel. I'm relocating or something, getting out of that division. Yeah. But I do think the Rams are better. Let's see where the Seahawks end up. Sam Darnold's got to prove something to me in the playoffs. That's really all I got. Crazy games. Yeah,
really. It's so entertaining. It's unbelievable. I can't tell which game was more unlikely to unfold the way it did, the Rams or the Packers Bears. The Rams Seahawks or Packers Bears.
Yeah. And then I've got a quick point here and the good. I don't want to talk about it too long, but the Jacksonville Jaguars are on fire right now. They just beat the Broncos 34-20. The Broncos they're still sitting in the 1 seed, or is it New England at this point? I don't really know. This team caught fire at a great time. But are the Broncos also not as strong as they look? Is Trevor Lawrence underrated at this moment? I mean, he could genuinely make a case for MVP with these last couple of games. I'm just saying.
I mean, what would you say about Trevor Lawrence right now? I still don't really know what to make of him. He I need consistency. Yeah, right. I'm at a loss for words a little bit here. Is that kind of not what you would say?
Liam Cohen is a great head coach. They caught fire at a good time. They're entering the playoffs. If we're talking current playoff picture, get rid of Aaron Rodgers. Rodgers, Allen, and Trevor Lawrence, and maybe CJ Stroud are probably your most your vet guys in the playoffs. I mean, Trevor Lawrence is up there with the most playoff experience, I guess. So that gives him a bit of an edge, but like they're on fire right now. That's where I definitely want to make that case. Like they just beat the Broncos, who have had their struggles. Bo Nix is either the best quarterback in the world or the worst quarterback in the world. But I think with their experience, they can genuinely probably make a run to the Final Four in the AFC.
Low genuinely, you're right.
Yeah, I'm just thinking. That's not a team I want to play either. So that's the difference between the 5 and the 6 seed. You either play the Steelers or you play the Jags. Yeah, not happening. But that's all I want to say about that. Let's move into the no good. Talk about just a season collapse here. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers, their season has gone off the rails. It is gone. They began the season 5-1. They are now 7-8 and second in their division behind the Carolina Panthers.
I had too much faith in them.
Way too much faith, clearly. Baker began the season as an MVP frontrunner. Now he's not even considered. Clearly not even considered. He had 2 interceptions and 3 touchdowns before the bye week, which is 8 games, and now 10 touchdowns and 6 interceptions after the bye, which is just 7 games. They threw away the division. They play the Dolphins and the Panthers in their next 2 games. If they beat the Panthers, I don't actually know. I have no idea.
I think they would actually get in because they were showing the Bucs chances of getting into the playoffs before and after the game, depending on a win or a loss. Mm-hmm. A win would have taken them up to like 90-something%, and a loss takes them to still above 50%.
Yeah. So they have to beat the Dolphins. I mean, that also is there, but yeah, I think if they beat the Panthers their final week, they do make it in. But I don't care who's in that 4 spot in the NFC. They are not going anywhere. They have to play the LA Rams, most likely. Count your days. Yeah. Yeah, it's just not happening. Yeah, what's the problem here for the Bucs? Like, I genuinely don't know. Is it
maybe coaching? It's just coaching at this point? Yeah. We were touching on this last week. It's persisting, though.
defense.
Emeka Egbuka gets 1 reception on 2 targets.
Yeah. I mean,
Obviously Evans and Godwin are healthy, and Baker loves those two, but didn't get much production out of either of them either. So
I don't know.
I'm confused. Maybe it's coaching. I don't know.
Just something went wrong after the bye week. I don't know what it was though, but I don't have much else to say about that. The NFC South is so bad. If only the Falcons were mildly competent, they probably could have taken it, but not the point.
No,
but let's move into the not even close. Now here's a game to do my best Chris Collinsworth impression here. Here's a game that if anybody told me this happened at the start of the season, I would never have believed them. The Tennessee Titans have just beaten the Kansas City Chiefs. Sound the alarm. It just happened. They don't have Mahomes or Minshew. Obviously, Minshew didn't tear his ACL, but something along those lines. 26-9 final score. Chris Oladokun, something along those lines. Former 7th round pick by the Steelers in 2018 or something. This just kind of shows me how much Mahomes means to this team. I mean, without him, they are genuinely nothing.
They're not. Yeah, they lost to the worst team in the league. Almost worst team.
Yeah. Also, I want to say Cam Ward is playing much better. Yeah, but why are they winning? Guys, season's over. Just, do you want to be good or not? Do you want to be in a rebuild or what are we trying to do here?
Draft picks, guys. Come on.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. But
think here.
This was a Christmas miracle, a present, if you would so say, to every fan in the NFL except for those living in Kansas City. I mean, now Kansas, since they're relocating. So
2031. Big
interesting stuff, but nothing for us to talk about. Anyway, good. Thank you, Titans. Man, the Chiefs are poverty right now. But let's move into our extra point. We've got a little Christmas section here for you guys since it is when this goes up tomorrow. So first of all, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays to everyone watching here. But this is what each NFL team has asked for Christmas. James, let's just go back and forth. Let's read off this list. Naughty and nice list, I guess, here. Starting with the Cardinals, who I don't know what list they're on, but they're asking for a new coach. And that Kyler's contract would simply just disappear. Christmas magic.
I see here, Atlanta Falcons. They're searching for a new coaching staff, and that MP9's ACL is fine. It's fine.
They're really hoping for that ACL to just come back. I don't know how that would work, and they're definitely on the naughty list, clearly, because they're getting coal every year. And then the Baltimore Ravens, they're on the naughty list as well. I got to say, they got to ask for no more injuries next year and just somehow the Steelers to collapse with these final 2 games, an improbable playoff push. That's what they're hoping for here.
Well, next is the Bills. It's a stronger defense and a shiny new wide receiver.
It's like seeing a car in the parking lot, like a red Ruby car in the parking lot. That's what they need. Yeah. Shiny new.
It's like a Deku Bop. Like, seriously.
Yeah. Golden Scar. But next is the Carolina Panthers. They're just simply hoping to make the playoffs. They're asking Santa. They're on the nice list this year. They're hoping to make the playoffs.
Hey, man, the Chicago Bears are right there with them. They want to hold onto the top of the NFC North. Maybe a little playoff run. Something.
That would be something. Cincinnati Bengals. They've got to just hope Joe Burrow stays and maybe has some fun. In the Cincinnati snow. Make a snowman or something. Maybe that snowman will help protect him behind that offensive line. So,
the Cleveland Browns. I mean, hey, maybe just like a new start, and maybe this Shador guy works out. I don't know.
We'll see. But the Dallas Cowboys, they've got to be so far down the naughty list, man. It's since 1995, longest NFC championship playoff drought. And the reason for that is they need a new defense. They need Santa to bring them a new defense. And they just, you know how it is. They need it to be their year next year. You hear it so often, I'm sure. So.
Oh my gosh. It's just not been their year.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, they've thought it was their year. Every year it's their year, but this year is going to be their year.
Yeah.
No.
The Denver Broncos, to move on. Short list, consistent offense.
Bo Nix in big, bold words. But the Detroit Lions, man, they're asking for a lot. They need to somehow make the playoffs despite a really rough year. They're it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough.
Yeah.
Maybe get out of their division as well.
Yeah. Move over to Green Bay Packers, maybe.
Speaking of, yeah.
They need Toyotathon to be year round, and they
Good
need
point.
Jordan Love to stay healthy.
Yeah.
Toyotathon year round could be huge.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, if Jordan Love always plays like Toyotathon Jordan Love, they might go 17-0.
And that's a realistic Christmas gift, or like they could ask for that.
That is true. Yeah, I mean, and they also got to hope that this is just a one-off game for the Bears.
Yeah,
They just, they had a bit of a lucky streak here. But let's go to the Texans. They need CJ Stroud to revert to his rookie form. That was the last time he was an elite quarterback. So
that's true. Actually, let's stay in the division. Go to the Colts. They're hoping that DJ is going to be just as good next year.
Yeah, coming off that Achilles injury, they need him to just be serviceable because Phillip Rivers ain't doing it. He's not going to last another year. Still staying in the division, Jacksonville Jaguars. They need Trevor Lawrence to finally hit his expectations, and they got to make a playoff push. They got to make a huge playoff push here.
Some of these lists are I don't know how Santa's going to get some of these.
It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. He's going to have the elves working year round for this kind of stuff.
Santa's going to have to come down to these kids and be like, hey, I can't do this. I'm not that magic. I can't make Daniel Jones persist in being a good quarterback. Sorry.
Yeah.
Just had to
fair
say
enough.
But anyways, Kansas City Chiefs. Just ask that this year will be forgotten by everybody.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Simple enough.
A little bit of a blotch in the dynasty, but they'll move on. The Raiders, they're asking for a new team. They currently need a quarterback, an O-line, some wide receivers, a defense, some safeties, some corners, a new kicker, a new head coach. Actually, all new coaches, maybe a new owner too. That'd be nice. That's what they have on their list. So
get to work, Santa. Los Angeles Chargers, to make a real playoff push, and that Justin Herbert doesn't choke this year.
Yeah, generational. And the Rams, they're just hoping for a weaker division next year. Plain and simple. They need the 49ers and the Seahawks to go away.
Well, the Dolphins, they just want someone else to want Tua.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Get some good picks for him or something. They need, same thing with this team. Minnesota Vikings, they need JJ McCarthy to have a better season next year, or else they're gonna look pretty embarrassed.
I agree with that one. New England Patriots to be back in the Super Bowl and to beat the pretender allegations. I don't know.
They're there. We'll see if they can do it. The New Orleans Saints need Tyler Shuck to be about 5 years younger. He's playing great right now, but you can't forget that he's about 25 years old.
Turning 26 soon.
Yeah, turning 26 very soon.
New York Giants, Jackson Dart to be their guy. And maybe, just maybe, Brian Dable comes back.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Did that to themselves. I don't know.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, I don't know why.
The New York Jets are asking for the same thing they've asked for the last 15 years now, a quarterback.
In parentheses, it says Tua.
Yeah. No, it does not say Tua. It says Brady Cook. Good stuff.
Philadelphia Eagles, the Cowboys to be mid for another 5 to 10 years or more. I think that's possible.
That way they can just keep winning the division. And the Steelers, they need to finally just win in the playoffs instead of just making it, and for DK Metcalf's suspension to get a bit shorter.
I agree with that one. San Francisco 49ers, that first seed, they could get it. It's up there.
It's there. And for the Seattle Seahawks, the first seed in the NFC, same thing.
Can't get both of them, but we'll see.
One of them's got
Tampa Bay Buccaneers to revert to the beginning of the season. I think they would love that.
Yeah, if they could just play the first 6 games over and over and over again, I don't know. maybe they would make the Super Bowl, honestly. And then the Titans, they're asking for the same thing as the Raiders, just everything, but something to help Cam Ward. Anything to help Cam Ward.
And then the Commanders, they just need a healthier QB room. That's all.
Yeah. Plain and simple. They need Jaden Daniels back. But obviously, Santa can only do so much. Don't know how many of those are realistic, but we'll see. Yeah. We'll see in the future. But that will do it for the extra point. Let's move into our fantasy starts and sits for the final week of the fantasy season, the fantasy championship, which let's talk, James. What happened here in the Afterthought League, man?
We don't really talk about the Afterthought League. You know, I got bit by the injury bug ultimately. Yeah. That's what I'll blame it on.
Sure. So currently, I'm in the fantasy championship. Thank you. You can stop clapping now. Yeah. Me and Jack, which who would have thought? But you are currently sitting in the toilet bowl, the last place game.
Yeah,
you need to beat one game. You need to win one game to not do the punishment, which that'll be fun. That
will be fun because I'm not going to do it. I still got Jamar Chase. Still got Drake London. Still got.
Who's your running back?
Insert Cardinals running back.
Michael Carter. Speaking of, that's my running back to start this week. Not to
let's jump in.
Cut across, but let's start with QB. Actually, let's go back to QB. I was 1-4 last week. JJ McCarthy sold me like usual. Never trusting him again. But this week I'm going to trust Dak Prescott against Washington Commanders. They give up the most points to QB, and he has been very consistent. That's all I can say. Very consistent.
I'm going to stay in that game.
Yeah.
I'm not leaving that game. Give me the other quarterback, Marcus Mariota. That Cowboys defense is no good. They're going to have to score a lot to stay in it.
Yeah, if Mariota's hurt, if not Josh Johnson, maybe.
Exactly, yes.
Still.
There's a little caveat there. Could be either one.
I've got a waiver wire wide receiver here, not to alliterate here, but Parker Washington at the Indianapolis Colts just got diced up by the 49ers last night. 4th most points to wide receivers. Got a lot of targets last game. I'm trusting him off the waivers.
Actually, man, that's a pretty good one. You're good for you, Ryan.
Thank you.
Good for you.
I'll be here all night. Maybe that's that explains why I am in the championship. Huh? I'm using my big brain up here.
I didn't use my brain very much for these picks because I'm staying in that Dallas game for my wide receiver. It's Terry McLaurin. I mean, I just got to pick the Dallas.
You got a lot of faith in him. Yeah,
I do.
And then, of course, I said Michael Carter is my running back at Cincinnati. They give up the most points to their running backs. The Cardinals against the Falcons use their running backs a lot, and he is a waiver possibility. He's probably still in the free agency somewhere.
He actually could be on waivers for whatever, depending on your league. But definitely not on waivers. Trevion Henderson. He's playing the Jets. He's coming off a 2-point dud, but that won't persist.
He's healthy too. But
yeah, I don't imagine. I mean, if he's hurt, you can shift to Ramondre. But again, this Jets defense.
Pretty bad. But my tight end, Harold Fannin at Pittsburgh. Never doubting him again. Shore Sanders, number 1 target. And the Steelers currently give up the 3rd most points to tight end.
I'm a little confused with my tight end pick to start because it is against a good defense against tight ends, the Falcons. But Kobe Parkinson, I mean, he dropped 2 crucial passes last week. And I think he's going to do better. I think he's just going to do better.
It's my arch enemy.
Yeah, sorry.
Started him in a couple of leagues and got kind of effed over.
Yeah, sorry. He dropped a couple balls.
Yeah. Not a big fan of his. But in my flex, I actually have Ramondre Stevenson at the Jets if Trevion is hurt. So.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
And he probably is hurt. And, one slip up by Trevion and they forget about him. So, but the Jets currently give up the 2nd most points to their running backs. So one of us will be right.
My flex, Kenny Gainswell. Come on.
Yeah, he's been nice.
He just gains very well. I don't know. He's had 7 targets the last 3 weeks. And he still gets around 10 carries. They've been moving the ball. Go for it. Why not?
Yeah, I'm here for it.
His name's Kenneth.
In my home league, I actually have my friend starting both of the Steeler running backs.
Oh, both?
Yeah, Kenny G and Jaylen Warren.
That worked out for him last week.
Yeah, it did. And then at my sits, I'm sitting at 50 and 30. I was 2 and 3 last week. Not a great week for me last week at all. But QB, I'm going to go with Justin Herbert. You can sit him against Houston. They give the least amount of points to QBs. Just a good defense.
Yeah, Justin Herbert a little banged up too. I mean, it's kind of easier to bet against him, but we'll see. I kind of need him to produce, so in the toilet bowl.
That's true. That's true.
I've got Jared Goff as sitting against Minnesota. He's been QB8 this year, but Minnesota's just elite defensively.
I hear that. I actually have his wide receiver Amon-Ra at Minnesota. They give the least amount of points to wide receivers. He's been very, very inconsistent recently. So,
yeah, Pat McMillan against Seattle might not be a good look either. He's had a great season. He's actually, I think, top 15 wide receiver, but Seattle defense great. Shouldn't start him.
Yeah, and then I have Jonathan Taylor here. I mean, he's just been disappointing recently. I mean, it is what it is. It's going to be a hard ask to tell you to sit him, but if you can, he's playing Jacksonville, who gives up the second least points to running backs. He had 11 last time he played them, and he will probably go under 15 again.
Well, if it wasn't for that 1-yard touchdown last night, I would have been correct on my sit for him last week. So again, it's been a rough couple of weeks for him. I'm going to say it's going to be a rough week for Amari and Hampton. I mean, he still splits with Kamani Vidal, and they're playing Houston. So I think that's just two things. It's not going to work out.
Yeah. And then at tight end, I have Kincaid at Philadelphia. He had 0 points last week. This is the best defense against the tight end, and it's also just a good defense in general. So I think they're going to have to run the ball a lot.
I'm actually going to stay in that game for tight end. I don't think Dallas Goedert's going to perform as well either. Buffalo, number 1 in limiting fantasy points to tight ends.
And then at flex, for our final sit of the year, it's been a good run, James. It's been a great run. We were close on a lot of them, but this year has been hard to predict. Let's just make that very clear. But I'm going with a guy who I could have never predicted, Michael Wilson at Cincinnati. If you had him, you probably made it pretty far, but now you can put him to rest. Cincinnati is the 5th best against the wide receiver out of nowhere. Marvin Harrison is back. He hasn't done as well after Marv comes back.
Yeah. Well, my final sit of the year, I probably didn't think I'd be saying this either beginning of the season. Derrick Henry at Green Bay. I'm just going to try to take a shot at one of his weeks where he doesn't score a touchdown. That's pretty much all I've got.
Yeah. But that will do it for our fantasy starts and sits. Thank you guys for trying to trust us here throughout the year. And if this is your first time watching us, yes, we have been correct more than we've been incorrect. All right, let's get into our forecast for next week. We can't tell you the weather. We can make some predictions in the next week of football. And James, it is all tied up right now. 2 weeks to go. We are both sitting at 60 and 46 in our picks. I went 5-1 last week with some risky picks. You were 2-4, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But now we're looking at a huge slate of games here. Let's go to the Christmas games first. Cowboys at Commanders. It's a pretty easy pick, but we're both going with the Cowboys.
Cowboys is easy here.
Yeah. Lions at Vikings, same thing. Max Brosmer is in. Give me the Lions.
Yeah. Yes.
Broncos at Chiefs, same thing. Chris Olodokun is starting. Give me the Broncos.
Divisional game, and Broncos are favored by almost 2 touchdowns. Gotta go Broncos.
How about these QBs, man? Josh Johnson, Max Brosmer, and Chris Olodokun on Christmas. Go spend some time with your family. But we will get to Saturday. Texans at Chargers. This is a good one, but I am going to go with the Chargers. They're hot right now.
I spent so long going back and forth on this game, and I think just the fact that the Chargers are at home might be enough to carry them to a win. I got to go Chargers, but the Texans can't be surprised if they take this.
We've got a lot of the same picks here, but I'm going Ravens at Packers next on Saturday. This is a good one as well. I have Packers with a big question mark. I think Malik Willis will get it done regardless.
I hope Lamar plays. If Lamar plays, back is okay. We're going to go Ravens here.
Okay.
I think.
That's the first one we disagreed on. So.
The Packers, even going in before this week, not to stay on this too long, but I thought they were going to end up being one of the teams that wins a couple more games before the end of the season, kind of impresses. They haven't been that way. They lose to the Bears in a weird game. Malik Willis is going to be quarterback. Give me the Ravens. It's just too much.
Yeah. And then 1 p.m. Seahawks at Panthers, which shouldn't be as close as it looks. I'm going to go with the Seahawks.
Exactly. People are probably pulling the Panthers up a little bit. Give me the Seahawks.
And then 4 p.m. game, Eagles at Bills. This is the good one because the other one is Giants Raiders. How about that?
Oh,
That's
man.
a good one, huh? I'm going to go with the Bills here. Riding with them.
I'm going to go with the Eagles. I don't want to go for double happiness. Got to split it.
Understandable. And then Sunday Night Football, Bears at 49ers. I'm going to go with the Niners here. Their offense is hot. Bears defense is not.
I agree. 100%. You said it. Niners.
And then Rams at Falcons for your Monday night game. Come on now. It's the Rams.
This was almost my lock of the week, but I didn't want to abuse the fact that I always pick the Rams. So, I'd pick the Rams here.
Let's get into lock of the week where you are beating me 10-1. Well, you're 10-1. I'm 9-2. And then I'm picking the Broncos over the Chiefs on Christmas. So,
yeah, Patriots over the Jets, dude.
Yeah,
that's pretty bad too.
Yeah, but that will do it for this Christmas episode of Field Goals and Forecasts. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a very safe and happy holiday season, and we will see you all next week. Go watch some football, but not on Christmas. Spend time with your family, and we'll see you all next week. Bye-bye.